night and I'm wandering around, or Screen Park, or our attractions, I relax, and I try to be in a state that a normal audience member would be in. Alternatively, if I'm looking to fix something or I'm addressing something, I might be zeroing in and focused. But I love it, particularly when one of our cast members gets me, right? You know, that's a really great thrill. Because a lot of them, oh, it's Mr. Lynton, but not scared. No, get me, you know. So
it still happens?
I mean, and usually it's in the most innocuous way, and I'd just be paying attention to something else and distracted, and someone decides, I'm going to get him.
Yeah.
And it's great, it's terrific. But I'm always entertained, and that's even better, you know, because the majority of it for us is to create an entertainment experience, and scare is just one of those components that we'll talk about today.
Talking about that, how long exactly have you been doing this?
Well,
because it doesn't, the way you do stuff, it's not new. And the intimacy of the details is actually what I want to know. How long have you been doing this, and what got you started in the first place?
Well, Edward Mikic and myself, we started a business in New York, called Sudden Impact Entertainment, and I had moved from Australia specifically with an idea to do a Halloween show in New York at one of the famous venues. And Edward and I got together, and long story short, we opened at Madison Square Garden with a show called Madison Scare Garden, appropriately. And that ran for 4 years in New York City, which was very exciting. And then from there, we sort of went all around the world. And about 18 years ago, we landed in Malaysia. We got invited here. But yeah, we've been doing it a long time. And then we've got our team members, like our technical director, Eva, and our new animation content guy, Dalton in England. We have a graphics backup in Pakistan. So we have this like worldwide sort of creative ship, if you will. And no matter where we play, whether it be Malaysia, New York, we have a big business in Mexico City as well, where I just came from. And we always take the same attitude. So when we arrived in Malaysia, we didn't say, oh, we're in Malaysia, we're going to do a little reimagined, right? You know, we're going to bring our New York expertise, and we're going to treat this just like we would have to in New York, with a really tough audience. And, you know, what we found, of course, is a Malaysian audience is tough. Every audience is tough.
Yeah.
And, you know, horror is such a big, vibrant experience in Asia, in Southeast Asia, and, you know, Thailand, Indonesia, Malaysia in particular. And, you know, as people know, I've become, you know, quite sort of knowledgeable, more than I ever thought I would be, about Malaysian hantus. And, you know, every year we try and tell a story, you know, a local story. So in answer to your question, you know, we're trying to give Malaysians something they'll be proud of, that it's not a hokey little haunted house with a bit of cotton wool, right? And even if we fail on a theme, or they say, it's not that quite scary, or whatever, it doesn't offend us. You know, I sat down with the head of Universal Studios Horror Nights in Orlando 2 weeks ago, and we were talking, and, you know, he'd been around for about 30 years. And we were talking about it. He said, you know, 30 years ago, people said, it's not scary enough and the lines are too long. 30 years later, it's not scary enough and the lines are too long. Yeah. You know, it's sort of like, but I think the audience doesn't penalize you unless you don't try.
Yeah.
Right? And they can feel, look at this set. This is a theater built, it's beautiful. And we built a 2-story theater where we're sitting today. It's gorgeous. And people respect it. They don't kick the walls. They don't, you know, even in the mazes, they don't kick the sets, because they can see the love, the attention that goes into it. Like you said, you know, the intimacy. And sometimes, you know, someone will make the comment, oh, no one's going to see that. And I say, yeah, you know what? You may be right, but they're going to feel it. And I think that's probably the answer underneath it all. Yeah. Is you mightn't see it, but you can feel quality. Yeah. You can feel it. You just feel the care, the love, the attention.
You know, I spoke about this in my review of the NOF last year, and I have to say the Karak Highway, oh my goodness. Oh my God, the precision, the attention to details, the entire craft. You know, I was paying attention to that more than the scare itself, because every part of the house itself made me feel as if I had experienced something in Karak Highway. And I think that's difficult to do, to bring someone back to a timing that existed or probably still exists and make them feel that for themselves.
It's a great example. Let me explain a bit on that, because you bring up a really great point. And Karak Highway was hugely popular last year. Now, that's a Malaysian story, as we know, with the yellow Volkswagen, you know, stuck on the highway, blah, blah, blah. But every culture almost has that same ghost story. The car stuck on the highway, you know, bashing on the route. You know, everyone has that. I learned that at summer camp in the US, right? So everyone has this sort of same thing. 2 years ago, we bought, you know, I found a yellow Volkswagen, right? And we, on purpose, we went looking for it on Muda, and we found one that worked. I said, we got to bring it here. And then we did a photo op. Just get your photo in front of it 2 years ago. And then last year, like you said, we brought Karak Highway to life. Now, there's not much story if you're just focused on this little bit of highway, right? So the whole concept for me was, all right, what's behind, you know, like the Karak Highway? What's behind the tunnel? If I go through the Sempah tunnel, what's on the other side? And, you know, luckily where we built Karak, we actually have a cave, right?
Yeah.
So we have the Sempah tunnel.
Yeah.
Our team, Edward and Eva and the gang there, they built, you know, real signage, just like you see on the freeway. Perfect signage, so it looks accurate. When you walked in, you mightn't have noticed the posters of Karak Highway and Moko Garage and stuff, Karak Tourism Organization, and all these little posters, all very small. But it's that attention to detail, you feel it, right, like you say, and then you layer in the intensity of the props, the characters, and the scares. And so whilst, you know, Karak Highway sounds, oh yeah, we all know that story, but we only know in a vacuum, right? And so what we're able to do at Nights of Fright is really expand upon that, right? And take you, all right, beyond that. And it was very popular last year, as rightly should be. You know, it's a great local legend. And people were lining up for that thing like crazy.
It's close to our hearts for all the wrong reasons. Yes, Aga. Ooh, we're gonna go into that in a bit. I think leading up to that, right, Lynton, I have a question. It's our 12th year.
12th year.
What excites you every single time, and what excites you this time?
Well, it excites me and our team, you know, because we're getting to paint a canvas every year, right? And, you know, Malaysians and Nights of Fright fans have actually been spoiled a little bit in that, you know, this year we will do, I think, 7 out of the 9 haunted houses will be new, right?
Oh, wow.
You know, and that's an aggressive number to pull off. And that includes the theatre with a new film that we're doing. So it excites us because it's a new canvas. So you have to tell new stories. And, you know, when we design Nights of Fright, I look at it as a curator, if you will. You know, I got to curate it for different groups of people. So Karak Highway, for example, which likens it to, you know, we did Saw Live a few years ago, the famous movie. Now that doesn't appeal to everybody, Saw. It's too aggressive, it's too horror. And there's a lot of people that come to Nights of Fright that aren't into that. So then we do the blind box last year, right? And it's softer. That still makes you jump, but it's just a different technique. So in this year, I'll answer half the question is we're going to use the yellow Volkswagen again. But in a completely different context.
Okay.
Something tied in, hopefully, to Visit Malaysia year 2026.
Okay.
And the tour guides. So we're gonna play around with that. And, you know, we have this new canvas of I'm not going to tell everyone everything tonight, but
Yeah.
a couple of things. Obviously, we're going to talk about The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
But there's a great new edition this year, which is we're going to tackle Japanese horror.
Ooh.
And I'm very excited about it. We've got an attraction that we've called Yokai Road. And the yokai deals with all the mythical monsters
Yeah.
and characters from Japan. We've only tackled Japan once before. We did it a few years ago. We did it very lightly with Harajuku, because I'd been to Harajuku Street. And so we did Harajuku, and we just did some fun sort of girls, in funky costumes. But this year, I really like the Yokai Road, and we're going to do a second Japanese theme as well with a manga comic, an original comic. So that's a really sort of rich feeling. And there's a famous parade in Japan every year, so we're going to build some. We did the first giant puppets last year, that inspired by the Day of the Dead in Mexico, and we did these 2 giant puppets that we made in the Philippines. And this year we're going to add some yokai monsters to that. So we're going to build our parade, if you will, with these giant effigies. I'm always inspired by the Mexican Day of the Dead parade, because it's so large and colorful, and we can take culture from Malaysia, from Japan, from Hollywood, from America, from all around the world, and bring all that together into a cohesive curation of fun stuff. Some much more scarier than others, and that's on purpose. But the other thing I will tell you, the other theme I'll tell you for the Malaysians out there, because we love this, is that we're doing Masuri as the film. So the Legend of Langkawi.
Yes.
The Curse of Seven Shadows.
Interesting.
So I'm very excited about that, because it's a great story. I've wanted to tell it for a couple of years. So that'll be here in the theatre. Another great Malaysian horror story.
Interesting. That's a lot. Aga.
I really have a question for you.
Oh.
What's your most special moment in Nights of Fright 11? And what are you looking forward to for Nights of Fright 12?
My most special moment last year. I think, again, it's the Karat Highway, because I'm a person who appreciates attention to details. So even if I go into a haunted house, I don't necessarily just walk blindly. I take my time to actually look at every corner just to see how everything was built. And like I said, the Karat Highway was just, it was insane. Like you said, the signage, the whole setup was extremely, I would say, hyper realistic, right? You cannot even tell the difference between, like, whether it's a. By the way, in case you didn't know, these are not props. These guys behind here, they are not props. Guys, can you just carry your hands? Like, lift your arms. Okay. Just so you know, they are real. They are not props. And it's all. I don't know, Lynton. You are mad. I want to ask a crazy question out of this. If someone could actually, like, tap into your mind, what would they see?
Probably not what they expect would be my answer, because I'm not a horror guy. I only see horror movies if they really break through. Like Saw. When Saw first came out, it broke through because it was so intense and interesting, and everyone was talking about it. You had to see it. So that, I don't go and see we've got people on our team that are that. They love every horror movie. We did Silent Hill a couple of years ago, and we've done some huge Hollywood brands and interpreted them. What's in my brain is, particularly for Nights of Fright, how do we curate an all-encompassing experience that doesn't offend, but is, we have a four poster design criteria, and that is cool, entertaining, scary, consistent. So scary is number 3. So the first question I ask is, does that sound like a cool idea? Right? I read it, I think, oh yeah, that sounds like a cool idea. Is it entertaining? Can I entertain the audience? Can we entertain the audience? Scary, yes, of course, right? It's the third part of the puzzle that we can teach with any theme, right?
Yep.
And then consistent, that's the hard part, because Nights of Fright, or certainly the live, it's it's like a big live theater show. It's a huge, 300 people. Consistency is the hard part. When you have a theme park ride, we have 11 rides in Nights of Fright. But you push the button, it goes around, people get on, off, push the button again, goes around, right? It's consistent.
Okay.
When you're dealing with humans, creating the performance, you're opening up for inconsistency. So, and that's our biggest challenge. It's hard. It's a very challenging theatrical experience. So, when you audition for Nights of Fright, from that very first moment and interaction with the brand, you see it's professional. It's wow, this is really serious. This is not my university haunted house with a bit of curtain. Yeah. This is really serious, right? And so we try and legitimize that, right from, if you come for an audition, you would never know if you failed either.
Oh.
It's very important because a lot of the kids that come and audition are the same target audience. So, even if someone failed or they didn't quite make it, I want them to be proud of coming to the audition, right? And then come to the event, see why they may have missed out, and sometimes it's not because of talent. Sometimes it's just like someone else came in before you, got that part you would have been great at. You're not really good for this part, but So all of those things are interactions with the brand and building our statement of what we believe in having a professional, aspirational leadership approach to this event.
Interesting.
Arwind,
Yes.
will you be a scare actor for this event? And can you email your friends to come and experience the Nights of Fright 12?
I invite people all the time. That's my job, right? I invite like the whole country to come enjoy. Whether I would be a scare actor, I tell you, I think people will be scared as hell. Don't ask for it. Like, I wouldn't even need an audition. Like, just my voice itself scares people off. So, got scared. But these are the two people who made it in life, guys. They passed the audition. And I always wanted to ask, do the scare actors, are they always the same? Like, do they get to come back over and over again?
Yeah.
Or do they have to always go through an audition every new time?
They always have to audition, even if they're returning.
Oh, okay.
And we have, there's a funny thing in auditions. One, we have a lot of returning cast, but the cast is so big. I look at it like, if I look at the complex of Sunway and the universities and stuff, if we could get someone in their first year of university, you might get them for 3 or 4 years, right? Yeah. If you get them in the last year, you mainly only get them once because then they become an adult and they're going on to a career, whatever. So you have a real mixed bag. We get some really smart people that aren't wanting to be actors or performers that come to the audition. They see it as a really great outlet. It's no different than playing sport or doing something, pickleball, whatever. It's a way to be creatively expressive. Yeah. I get a thrill, for instance. We support like the kids that are studying fashion, for example. And it's not always right. We got a ton of accounting students for some reason, but the kids, we've got a young kid who's making some costumes again this year who graduated fashion at Sunway. It's terrific. We got this wonderful canvas with Nights of Fright, for so many people. We get a lot of customers come to audition, and they come, and that's the best, because they come and I'll ask them, why are you, I just love Nights of Fright. I'd love to be part of it. And that is the best thing for the brand, that someone that came as a customer feels compelled to want to be part of it, right? And help deliver that experience. It's a wonderful, altruistic benefit for us. But it makes me very proud that customers would like to be part of it. I think that's a great thing.
Amazing. I think now it's, let's move on to the second part of the earlier question. The theme for this year's NOF. I know you have a lot to share, but we got to keep some, for them to experience, but I'll leave it to you. What's the theme of this year's NOF?
Well, the overall theme is the apocalypse.
The apocalypse?
No, the ape-ocalypse.
The ape-ocalypse.
Yes. So we're going to be playing with a bit of a Mad Max meets the Planet of the Apes.
Oh.
It's very cool. And they are a bunch of chainsaw-wielding Mad Max-like apes.
Oh.
It's going to be very, very cool. We found just a couple of weeks ago, we actually found some chainsaws that carry the sparks off. So we got, one thing we do with Nights of Fright, we create iconic imagery, iconic characters that aren't normal, right? For many years, because we don't want to be a cliche.
Yeah.
Right? And so, last year, the puppet maker, such a great, interesting character. Puppets are scary, and so, but I like to try and get a very singular, iconic look to Nights of Fright each year. So, the imagery is always very strong, and it's new, it's fresh, and it's not another same Hantu. It keeps a fresh look. You'll also notice that the 12 is in yellow, which ties back to
Oh, yes.
yellow.
Oh,
We have a question first.
oh, okay.
Okay, everyone's been spotting the hoarding boards at Scream Park, which is the Oz thing. So what is Oz, and what does this new chapter bring to Nights of Fright itself?
Linton, come on.
So Oz, one of the themes that I've been investigating for the last couple of years is the Wizard of Oz. It's
A true classic.
It is. It's a true classic. It's a modern fairy tale because it was written in 1900 by L. Frank Baum. And I started 2 years ago, really just going through it. And I kind of had a arm's length approach. And then over 12 months ago, I really got serious with it and just enthralled myself with it. And, of course, we'd seen all the success of Wicked, The Wizard of Oz, the original movie from the MGM movie, is playing in Las Vegas at the new iconic Sphere location, which is breaking all records as a venue in Las Vegas. It opened with U2 and all these huge bands are lining up to go there. Anyway, they've been playing the original movie on this humongous screen. We went and saw it last year. And they've sold like 3 million tickets, to the old movie. Anyway, so, and then Wicked, of course, has been huge throughout the world and Asia, very, very popular. And so I decided to tackle it and take the original book from 1900, The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, and reinterpret it as the Not So Wonderful Wizard of Oz, and let it live in the Scream Park. Because what was interesting that came out of that year-long sort of research and listening to the books over and over again was Dorothy, Tin Man, Scarecrow, and the Lion, and Toto, of course, go on this adventure that's really scary. It's filled with scary. We have some props here. You look at the winged monkey over here, for example.
Do you want to go over there? Shall we? Okay,
Yeah.
let's go.
Okay, so.
They look real. Oh.
Yeah, well, the winged monkeys, these have all been redesigned by our team. Dalton Girling in London, I had him redesign all the stuff on film first. And yes, so we designed everything on film first.
Okay.
And then out of the film, we bring the still images. And then after the still images, we then give them to our sculptors, both our team and also Lagoon's team. And these winged monkeys can only be seen in our world, right? So our world of Oz. And I want to bring the scary elements of the adventure. There's a cyclone. Dorothy's a murderer. She murders witches. And so we've done a few little things that are really cool. But you look at this guy; it's really scary. So we'll have live winged monkey actors.
Live.
And then you've got these ones flying. And over the other side, I think we can walk over here.
We are calling all monkeys for audition. Whoever want to be a monkey, come.
Okay, this one is we're doing a cocoon corridor where they start life in these cocoons. Now, this is all original. This is something, I was inspired by something we did a few years ago with Van Helsing, with Hugh Jackman. We did these bat pods, and I thought, wow, maybe we can have these cocoon, the winged monkeys could come from a cocoon of sorts. This is really scary and creepy. And then the Lagoon team have made this one, which is for the outside, which is, where the hoardings are now. This is beautiful too. But again, they're sticking to the same design. They're following the designs of our work. And it's just fantastic. So you can see with the monkeys is a good representation of scary. We've got the scary forest. We're going to hopefully visit Emerald City. And, it's just a great, great fairy tale, scary tale, right?
Scary tale.
Scary tale. It's a great scary tale. And so we've got these great characters. So even, the Wicked Witch of the West, we've reinterpreted her. We've got Glinda, the Good Witch, of course. We've got Munchkins. We've got the Winkies and the Quadlings, all of the Oz characters, if you will, in our abridged version, because, we're dealing with space. But this follows a tradition of great brands that we started 18 years ago here at Lagoon. Our first brand we brought from the US was Prison Break, based on the old TV show. We did Night at the Museum, we did Terminator, we did World War Z, we did Ghostbusters, we did Sharknado. So we had a long history in Hollywood, right? And this is one of the iconic global brands, the Wizard of Oz. And the important thing to explain now, Scream Park, to me, as when I curate this, Scream Park is Ghostbusters or Scooby-Doo scary, because it's family, right? During the daytime. So it's a different audience than Nights of Fright. So when you come to Scream Park during the day, it's a lot softer than Nights of Fright on purpose, because you got a lot of little kids, venturing in for when you first go on the ghost train, you're excited, and then you're not scared, but then you're scared, you're not scared, and then you get scared, and then when you're in the car on the way home with mum and dad, I wasn't scared. So that's the daytime Wizard of Oz, right? It'll make you jump, it'll be cool, it'll look awesome. So it'll be cool, entertaining, scary, consistent. So it's going to look fantastic. Nights of Fright version, we're calling the Nightmares in Oz, right? So it'll have more actors, it'll have more characters, and it'll be scarier. So it's the same product done in different ways.
Okay, but just checking, the Scream Park has been under maintenance for a while now. Like, what can people expect from this new look?
Well, the new look Scream Park, there'll be 3 signature attractions, right? Which is the first one, when they enter, they'll come in here in the theatre. We're doing a new film just for Scream Park.
Okay.
So just for the daytime guests, which will be Asian ghost focused. So things like, Toyos and Pochongs and Pontianacs and stuff. So there's going to be a new film just for Scream Park. Then they go through Horrorwood with some iconic horror, Hollywood horror monsters. And then upstairs they get to Oz, which is a signature, it's the biggest attraction here.
Yeah.
It's a huge, it doesn't mean anything to anyone listening, but it's 7,500 square feet. But what I'm trying to do and what we're trying to do is make it, about 10 minutes, 10 or 12 minutes. So the overall Scream Park experience, should be around, I would say around 15 to 18 minutes is our goal, right? So, when you think about a theme park ride is usually 90 seconds, right? We're trying to give good value in terms of time spent. And people love coming here because it's air conditioned.
Even now it's cooling.
Right. So it's going to be exciting. We're really excited to do a new film as well, just for the Scream Park audience. It's not going to be Masuri. It'll be separate, called Hantu Hunters.
Hantu Hunters.
Hantu
Nice.
Hunters. And so that'll be fun. And again, as I said, Ghostbusters, Scooby-Doo, scary.
Okay, Aga, we have a question.
Since you mentioned the monkeys just now, there's a comment. My sister can audition as monkey. No need to use makeup on her because her face looks like one already.
Oh, that's very interesting.
She looks like one?
Monkey already.
Is that what they said? Okay. Well, listen, you have to, with the monkeys, we are making original masks because they're going to come from the same sculpt. So,
Okay, but yeah, I think talking about makeup, I think one thing that we want to touch base with is
Yeah.
the costume designer and how you, what are your expectations and how are your expectations usually fulfilled through the costume?
it's difficult.
Yeah,
You know,
I mean, I can see.
It's difficult. I mean, these beautiful costumes, for example, these beautiful ones we got out of London. They're actually authentic, very thick fabric.
Oh.
You feel the fabric, right?
Oh,
That's
yes.
not a cheap $20 costume. The thing
Oh, wow.
is, costuming is so expensive, and then in Malaysia we're dealing with currency. So,
Yeah.
you know, we're trying to get costumes. You know, sometimes we can buy. Look, these are beautiful. And I bought 50 of them because they were at a sale, right? And a marching band went out of business, so I quickly bought them. And then we have
Interesting.
original costumes, and I can't read that. Kumu is our head of costume. I'm going to bring her out.
Oh, we have Kumu here?
Yeah, Kumu.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm Kumu, head of costume and makeup. And yeah.
Do you have a mic? Can we hear you?
Yeah.
Okay. She has a mic? Where's your
We-
mic?
Keluar, keluar.
Oh no, sister. Oh, whoa, ho. You are, what's your name? I know they have certain policies, they're not allowed to talk.
Yeah, they're
So I
not.
like to disturb them all the time to see who, like, you know. But please bring us through the process. Like, what happens?
Okay, yeah. This is our vampire, our half burn face vampire. So normally we will do half burn and half beauty. So with her beautiful costume, and this is woman black dress.
Woman?
In black dress.
Woman in black dress,
And
okay.
basically he will close his eye with a bandage. It's a new kind of characters. we
Yeah,
bring
no,
up.
this character looks cool.
Yes.
Like, can you smile a bit? Like, okay, there you go. Thanks, I was getting nervous for a bit already, but okay.
Yeah. For this character, basically we will add some blood on it. Maybe I can show you some demo.
Yes. I wonder how long it takes.
Different characters take
Yeah.
different times. And, you know, sometimes we have applied makeup, sprayed makeup, and then masks. So you have a whole range of different applications.
So, we
So
have
they
to
don't do,
tap.
they don't actually do their own makeup.
They will. Some of them are good in makeup.
So
They
you
will do their own makeup.
Okay.
Sometimes they need some assist to do that.
okay. So you have like professional makeup artists on board all the time.
Well,
Yes.
for Nights of Fright in particular, because we're dealing with 300 people.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? So we found some really good kids last year that had graduated from what's it called, cosmetology and makeup.
The
And
makeup industry.
They had some horror experience in their training, mainly cosmetology, but they loved horror, and we found some really, really good people.
So how long have you been doing this, Kumu?
I joined NOF during NOF 2.
Oh,
And
that's a long time.
Yeah. Night of Fright 2 until now.
And she's been head of costume for the last few years.
Yes.
And we sent her to Indonesia recently at a costume factory where we're making all of the Wizard of Oz costumes.
The mascots,
Yeah,
the costumes.
yeah, it's
Very interesting.
Yeah.
And I mean, you're a professional makeup artist. Or did
yeah.
you learn it along the way?
Yeah, I learned it along the way.
Huh?
Yes. I start this costume and makeup journey from NOF 2.
Oh my god.
Before this, I was doing the beauty basic makeup only.
Oh wow,
Yeah, for the special effect, I learned from Night of Fright, of course.
that's
and Scream
crazy.
Park,
When
of
you
course.
do like their makeup, do you have like crazy ideas coming in your head or what?
Yeah, of course.
Oh,
because
God.
all the time we will do the research,
Uh-huh.
this different kind of makeup, different kind of style. We have to bring new every year, right?
And Kumu
You-
has Kumu's team at Nights of Fright is 20 people under her.
Yes, they're
Oh.
all very good.
Yeah, because we
Professionals.
have 9 haunted attractions plus 100 actors outside.
Yeah.
So this is this cast of 300, and that's why we grade it. So okay, we have to use masks with makeup,
Yeah.
half masks, full makeup. Different, and it depends on the character too. Right? You don't want every character to look the same. You have to have a rich tapestry of
Yeah.
characters, and therefore you have to have a rich tapestry of makeup and costume. And everyone has different taste.
Yeah.
And that's another key thing that's challenging. And, you know, I try to encourage everyone's personal taste, but within the confines of what we're trying to do as a brand, right? So, you know, we encourage originality,
Yeah.
but we want that originality to hit a mark.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, the authenticity of it is amazing. Like, what made you think of this? Like I mean, usually you would just use a piece of cloth to blindfold, but this, you particularly used a net-like material.
Yeah, it's a bandage actually.
It's a bandage.
Yeah.
Like, how do you think?
Yeah, some of the ideas will come from the characters itself. Okay, this is
Oh.
Ijat, so he can give some ideas. So I will
That's
put
very
my
nice.
makeup
Oh
on
my
that.
gosh, so actually
Yeah.
you're open to ideas
Yeah,
and
of
suggestions.
course,
They
of course.
fit
They
the
fit.
attraction.
Yes.
That's nice.
Yes. We always take ideas.
Yeah.
We won't be like. Oh,
Yeah, like, oh no, I
instructing,
know what I'm
no.
doing.
Yeah.
Like, keep your mouth shut.
Yes.
Well,
And
not at all.
yeah, not
Oh,
at
that's
all. We are always
nice.
welcome the new ideas
Uh-huh.
and newcomers as well.
But
Interesting.
what we don't like is when the actors go, I don't like this costume.
Yeah.
Oh.
I go, well,
And
Please, Malaysians, no attitude. You come here audition, make sure you're humble.
of course
Question.
of course we understand some of them are having sensitive skin. They
Okay.
So we will ask first, do you have any sensitive
we
skin? Do you
usually
have
know
them?
when that's an excuse.
Yeah, we have a sensitive skin
Okay.
spray. We will spray for it.
Interesting. Yes.
Can we do makeup on Arwind?
Not now, no.
I can splash the blood on
No.
it.
Oh my God, you're finding problem. But you know, some of us, we don't even need to wear makeup. We're scary naturally already. So y'all watching, y'all are part of it also. But I enjoy this whole getting into the mind. For this year, like, are there already like crazy thoughts coming into your head? Like, do you already have like crazy ideas?
Yeah. we are.
Can you at least like spill like a little bit of like what you have?
Oh, that is secret.
Just one.
Just one.
Yeah.
Then there is no surprise during an of time.
I mean, there are so many characters.
They are
you know?
new. They have so many of new characters.
New, right?
Yeah, definitely we won't carry forward the last year.
Oh my God.
They have so many interesting, different kind of character that just wait for it.
We keep some
Yeah.
favorites because some of them, you know, Malaysians have become fanatical about some that are funny and that they like.
Mm-hmm.
Like we have a guy who's been a pocong for a few years and people love him.
Yeah.
But because he dances and he
Yeah.
wiggles his butt and
Question.
Yeah.
funny.
Yes.
Do we have a Bollywood themed hantu this year?
Bollywood theme hantu. Do you have
Do we,
a Bollywood
not a
theme?
Bollywood one. We are tackling, but Bollywood's very close to us in terms of in the theatre before we've had dancers, Indian dancers.
Oh.
There's a girl, Dakshu.
Oh, she wore a sari.
Yeah.
Like the sari. Okay.
She's great, and I've seen her since then in KL Pack in some shows.
Oh.
Yeah, she was with us here, but we have got an Indian theme on the radar. You know, we're tackling South Korea this year
Okay.
as well, but we have India very much because you know we've got a lot of Indians on our team, and we're very aware. We want to try to get get the right sort of attraction with that for that. Yeah, it almost has to be in here almost because you'd have to bring out a big Bollywood number in the middle of the horror film.
That's interesting. Okay, let's say for her, right? How long did you take to at least complete this part?
It's around 15 to 20 minutes.
Are you paid well?
Oh yeah, of course.
No wonder you're here.
PNC.
PNC. So okay, wait. Let them know if they want to audition. What's important besides, of course, the energy, the character. Like, what else should they have? Because I think you've seen a lot of the people who have, audition. What is the one thing that's important? Because sometimes if you're talented but you don't have the face, does it work? Or do you need the face?
Energy,
Energy, and of course they have to love their job. They have to love to do this.
That is
energy and attitude.
Yeah.
energy and attitude.
Attendance.
Attendance. Ooh, attendance.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, you know what's interesting because you know we have many people apply.
Yeah.
That we had close to 1,000 people apply last year.
Oh wow.
And you know, some people are like super pretty and attractive, right? And everyone in the room's going, they don't look scary. We see through all of that because someone
Okay, skip it
energetic and it can be male or female. We can teach how to move, and you know, what we look for is things like, well, what are they good at away from here? You know, do they play ultimate frisbee for something? Or do they play pickleball? Or are they a gymnast? Or do they play... Sometimes with music, I had a girl a couple of years ago who played the cello. Right? She auditioned. She played the cello. Anyway, she played the cello. So I said to her, can you bring the cello back next week? She brought the cello, and I said, I got a part for you.
Oh, wow.
You're going to play your cello in the theatre. We need the mic back, I think. Is that right? Soon?
So you guys don't actually have to worry if you're beautiful or if you're ugly. NOF always has a space for you. They are very versatile and they are very welcoming. I think one thing I like is the fact that you mentioned energy and attitude. A lot of the actors are, based off what I saw, are very, very passionate about being in role. And I think that also gives you the drive to do stuff like this when you have people like this who are equally committed to the art.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think this is true. A lot of kids that come and audition and they get in for the first time are surprised how hard it is. Because you're in a costume for 4 or 5 hours, right? Delivering a performance that let's say, as you know, going through Curating Highway or something, you got to do the same thing over and over again every minute, right? And sometimes every 30 seconds. So it's a lot harder than people think. And it's in Malaysia where it's hot, it's humid, and you know, these kids are sweating like crazy after. But the ones that truly love it, just love it. And it's almost counterintuitive to the culture we've ended up with now, right? With the iPhone, you know, with the phones and being on live here today is like, there's this tactile, and that's I think why Nights of Fright itself is successful, because it offers a tactile response to social media and the social media world, right? Which is, you know, yes, we need to talk about it here, but you can't live it like this. You know, you have to come to the event to live it, or you have to be in the event to live it. That gives you the human experience, right? Not the screen experience. And the human experience, the more and more we are technology driven, I think the more people will long for human engagement, right? In their spare time, right? Because it offers a reminder that you're human. And I'm often asked about the reactions of Nights of Fright or these shows that we do. The number one emotion is not scary or fright, it's laughter. Because if you get scared, you laugh immediately after, right?
Okay,
because you laugh at yourself, right? And if you get scared, your friend laughs at you. And then if your friend gets scared, you laugh at them. So laughter is actually more expansive than scaring, because everyone can get a laugh, you know, and have something funny happen, or they see something funny happen. Whereas scaring, you know, it's very much a personal thing. What scares you mightn't scare me, vice versa. You know, I've learned over the years, and we teach this, you know, do not judge an audience by its cover or shape or size or race, right? Because you get a big, you know, a bunch of tough guys coming in, and a small female actor trained the right way will scare them, and then, you know, you'll get something go the other way, you know. So you can't judge the audience. And what I say and what we teach to these kids that are trying this, and often for the first time, say, listen, I don't care if you fail 9 times if you're doing the choreography that we gave you, because the 10th time you'll get it. As soon as you get it, you'll get it over and over again.
I think I want to know something. It's not like it's your 2nd or your 3rd year. This is already going to be your 12th year.
Yeah.
How do you always excite people in new ways? I don't get that, because usually if it has crossed the 10th year, you know, you would see some repetitions here and there, but somehow you always end up making the entire space completely new and refreshing. How do you do that even after 12 years?
Well, because personally, you know, we have a team of us, but I'm not locked into horror, right? And so my scope is much broader, right? So I'm looking at themes that are much broader. And I go, all right, can I, like the blind box, for a whole bunch of people last year, that was not scary. You know, Carac looked after them. But it was culturally on the moment.
Yeah.
Right? It was bang on the moment. Blind box craziness. And so I know that worked because I went through it a million times, listened to people jumping and screaming. And it's not bloody, it's all clever. It's puppetry, actually. It's mime, it's performance. So it's very different than Carac. So I look far and wide for themes. And I don't go to haunted houses. I don't go to those things, you know, anymore because I'm looking to do what you just said, which is find themes that surprise people, right? You can't wait. You can't do 9 Pontianak houses every year, right?
Yeah.
You have to be broader than that.
Okay, I have
Yes.
a question for you. If you're able to make a haunted house theme for this year, which one would the theme be?
Oh, I love horror movies. I watch a lot of horror movies. But there's one in particular. I don't know. I've always been addicted to Ju-on. I'm not sure if you know Ju-on. Ju-on is Korean or Japanese. You know what Ju-on? The
Oh, is it a female?
It's a male, like it's a
male?
small child.
Okay.
Oh my god, I cannot get over the fact of how they made the entire movie. But if I had the chance to actually go by a theme, I think I would. It would definitely be Japanese.
Well, I can tell you. Well, we are doing Japan this year.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm not going to tell you what it is. But we have something very exciting. Maybe not this year, but next year, coming soon. That fits not that theme, but fits the opportunity of that.
You already have next year's theme in your head.
Yeah, we just did a big signing.
That's madness,
'cause
badness.
Next year is 13, and we have made a big signing. I can't tell you anymore.
Oh, yes.
Arwind, just now you mentioned that you want Japanese as your haunted house theme.
Yeah.
How would you design that attraction?
Ooh. I don't know, guys. I'm not in that space right now. But if I were to go into my head, the other side of me, I think, it will be gory as hell. I love gory stuff, and I think that's what gives you the thrill and the excitement, you know. Which I hope we get to eventually see either this year or next year. I'm not sure, Lynton. Are we getting there?
Yes. Well, we always try to have something gory in the mix, right? We have a big sort of murder thing gone wrong this year
nice.
in an attraction that's going to be very surprising. But the brief for that is bloody that thing up. You know, go crazy with blood.
That's madness. But who knows? I mean, one day, you know, if Lynton, you know, if he asks me like, you know, hey, you want to work together? You know?
Well, I think
Yeah.
you should start as an actor first. Go through Scare School, because Scare School.
Scare school, me?
Yes, because listen, everybody watching is an expert. Everyone wants to be a designer.
Yeah.
So you should know how hard it is first, right? And the
Yeah.
only way to do that is be an actor.
Yeah.
But, you know, we love having guests like yourself go through Scare School
Yeah.
because it helps legitimize the other kids doing it, right? You go, wow, that's really tough, right? And then you fail at trying to scare someone.
Elaborate a little more. When you say scare school, what do you mean?
Okay, so Scare School is just a cool name for rehearsal, but Scare School, you know, it's around 35, 40 hours of training.
Oh, wow.
It's huge. It's a huge part of why Nights of Fright is what it is. Because think about it. It's dark, it's nighttime.
Yeah.
You've got a moving audience, you've got moving actors,
Yeah.
right? You've got a whole bunch of stuff going on. And so Scare School's job is to do a couple of things. One, it's to make the cast feel like they're part of something big and special. And secondly is to indoctrinate and make sure they know it's professional and that they're expected to, you know, aspire
Yeah.
for greatness. You
Yeah.
know, if you only do Nights of Fright once in your life, be great at it. Be proud of it.
Question. This is to Lynton. If Arwind is a scare actor, what character will be?
Ah,
That's a good question.
I got a good one for him. He can be a dead body.
Oh. I mean, I'm already dead on the inside,
Yeah,
so
just
if it
lying.
fits well,
I just put him
I'll
on
be
a
dead on the
bed.
outside as well. Might as well.
I'll make him a dead body. That way it's easy.
Would I be in the haunted house at least?
Well, again, it depends. You know, if we audition you, we see whether you're physically. Because again, one of the things we do in the audition, we do this very quick test to see whether someone is stable on their feet. And
Oh.
Because again, you're dark, you're going up close. We teach them to go within an inch of a person. If you're not comfortable on your feet, then you could stumble. So 80% of scare school is done in the light, and then the final 20% is done in the dark. So the 80% is for you to find your feet.
Oh, I cannot, guys. I'll be banging everyone, and trust me, I'll be like bumping to everyone, not me. I'll just lay dead on the floor. I think that's the best.
Well, it's a good part. You know, you get to
Yeah.
relax, you can sleep.
Yeah, and I can finally say over my dead body.
There you go. That's it. It's a good line.
There you go. There you go.
That can be your line. I'll even give you that
But
script.
I'm dead though. I can't say anything. Aga, do we have any other questions before we let Lynton to like tease them a little more?
Okay, we've heard of all of the attractions being teased for Nights of Fright 12. We have the Yongkai Street, we have Matsuri. So, Arwind, which one are you actually going into? And can you give us a tiny hint to what to expect?
What to expect, I think Lynton will say, but maybe Lynton, you tell me, like, if I were like this year's NOF, like what would the choice of your haunted house be?
I think.
I mean, don't say everything. Pick one. Come
no,
on.
No. It's always hard to pick one. But I think Yokai Road is going to be very cool.
Wait, before that, last year, did you like predict which would be the best haunted house? Were you
No.
able to predict?
No, I mean, well, I have a sense based on what I think will happen, right? And Karak is, you know, it's on purpose too. That back of the park,
Yeah.
where, you know, it's meant to be the most aggressive, and so and the Karak theme we just knew was really popular. I probably didn't predict it was going to go that crazy, but it was a great surprise. But yeah, no, everything was, you know, even in the film last year, we tackled the Mona Fandey story, right? But without saying that's what we tackled. And we had Nadia Bryan, a great
Yeah.
local actress here, who was in it, and she was fantastic. And what that does for Nights of Fright, it legitimizes us, you know, and makes it something that actors want to be part of. We had Nabila Hooter a few years ago. So this year,
What would your suggestion be?
I think Apocalypse is going to be scary.
Okay, apocalypse.
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 Okay.
That's going to be really super scary.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Yokai Road, and also I'm not going to tell you what it is, but the Korean one, South Korean one's going to be pretty cool.
Okay. So
There's 3 little teasers for you.
that's a lot, but okay. Now we're gonna move into our. I can't see. Now, with that being said, right? One thing all of you enjoy, right? Are free gifts and giveaways. So today, Lynton and I have decided to bless and grace all of you with a pair of tickets to this year's NOF, the Nights of Fright 12. So all you need to do is very simple. You just need to comment down below, guys. I need to refer because bloody hell, the keyword is long, yeah. Hashtag NOF12 is approaching. Oh my God, can any of the admins just pin that? Approaching. Is that smart? Yeah. That's good. I like that as well. Okay, so comment down. We only have passes for how many people?
We got 12 double passes because it's Nights of Fright 12.
Okay, so we have 12 passes. Remember?
No, 12 double passes.
12 double passes. Okay, so each of you get a pair. Okay, ape in caps. Can anyone just like, manager, where's the, yay! Comment now, and then they will know. My manager will comment, and then you'll.
How come he's got a manager and I don't have a manager?
You are.
Okay, I have a manager.
You're your own boss, Lynton. Come on. So we're giving you all time. Come on. In the meantime, as you're commenting, Lynton, maybe let them know why this year is going to stand out personally for you.
Well, you know, I think you can feel our energy, right? It's not like I'm here going, oh, we're going to do this again. No, I'm like genuinely excited. You know, even to the little things where we were all at a convention, a trade show in the US 2 weeks ago, and we literally found, I'd already designed the poster and everything for Apocalypse, and we've got these, you know, chainsaw wielding, Mad Max style Planet of the Apes. And without a word of a lie, I found a guy who apparently I know from 20 years ago. He had these mechanical chainsaws with sparks coming out of them, right? That we had in the poster. I said, no one makes them. He said, I make them.
Oh my God.
So I was like, yeah, our theme is really cool. And so what happens when you create a new theme, like anything in life, when you, you know, when you manifest stuff, right? Yeah, this sounds a bit spiritual, but when you create a theme, you then become aware of stuff to help you pull it off and make it exciting. So I've already sent the costume designs out, you know, to our team. And, you know, as I said, we've got, you know, a worldwide team working on Nights of Fright. It's not just Malaysians and it's not just us, you know, where we've got this great partnership with Sunway Lagoon for 18 years and 12 for Nights of Fright. But we have an international team, creative team.
Yeah.
So we pull creativity from, you know, all of these great creatives that all into the soup, you know, into the hot pot here in Malaysia. And I think Malaysians benefit from that. And we're excited, you know, I'm never not excited.
I can see, you know, honestly, I'm smiling a lot because it's infectious. And I think that's how you tell if someone is doing it just because it's their job or they're really born for it. And I think, Lynton, you were born for this, that's for sure.
Well,
I mean, are you retiring anytime soon? Please don't.
We are an entertainment company. You know, Edward and I, you know, we have an entertainment company. And so entertainment is our thing before scaring, right? Which makes scaring better. So, you know, because we view this, we wouldn't do this any different if we, as I said, if we were doing it in New York, or whether I was directing a show on Broadway or a film or whatever, it doesn't matter. It's a privilege when someone gives you their hard-earned money and buys one of our tickets. I respect that to the core. So my contract is with the audience, right? It truly is with the audience because it's hard to make a living. And people work hard for their money. There's a competition for that money. And if you out there, you give us a chance to entertain you every year, we're very, very thankful. We do our best. We know we make some mistakes, but we just don't do it less than 150%. You know, we just try to make it, and we respect that you chose to invest your time and your money in Nights of Fright or Screen Park or Sunway Lagoon.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's a lot, guys. I think you have gotten a little too much already today. I think that's more than what you deserve. But I think because Lynton's, I think he's a bit, you know, he's feeling extra good today, so he decided to just spill a lot of tea. But remember, the annual tickets that are meant for the giveaway will be announced tomorrow, as usual, on their Instagram account. So if you're selected, you will know on their Instagram account tomorrow. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed. Lynton, thank you so much for allowing me into your head for a couple of minutes.
And don't forget that the Not So Wonderful Wizard of Oz is opening in May, at the end of May here at
Oh, yes. Okay, that's opening in May, guys.
Yes.
So you have, it's next month.
Correct.
Guys, time is flying. I cannot. Time is flying. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed.
Flying like a monkey.
Everyone give it up for Lynton. He's one of the best. I'll leave his socials here so you guys can follow him. But that's all for today. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the final live tomorrow. Thanks, Lynton. Goodbye.
Hantu, hantu.
Oh, nice.